Speculation is swirling after the abrupt announcement from the January 6th committee that it plans to hold a sixth public hearing today. The only thing the committee has revealed is the hearing will, quote, present recently obtained evidence and receive witness testimony. The Washington Post reports that even some senior committee staff have been kept out of the loop. 3 sources tell the Post the secrecy is due in part to credible threats against a witness. The committee announced last week that it was taking a break until mid-July, and yesterday gave just 24 hours notice about the hearing scheduled for 1 o'clock this afternoon. Also, consider that Congress is in the midst of a 2-week recess, so they're interrupting the recess. Let's bring in congressional investigations reporter for the Washington Post, Jackie Alemany. Jackie, there is reporting on who today's witness will be. What are you hearing?
Yeah, Mika, so we've confirmed that that witness today is expected to be Cassidy Hutchinson, a senior aide to former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. Hutchinson has already played a pretty prominent role in these hearings, with her recorded depositions being played throughout the past 5 hearings. She's also been a key person for this committee in terms of the full scope of their investigation. They've released excerpts of some of her closed-door depositions that revealed some pretty damning charges against the former president, including that former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows was warned directly of the potential for violence on January 6th. We've also previously reported that she overheard Mark Meadows come back out of the Oval Office on January 6th and say that he heard the former president express support for the pro-Trump rioters who were chanting "Hang Mike Pence." So she could have some even more pretty bombshell revelations today, but we have heard actually that some of the, as you just read, that the reason why her testimony has been so closely guarded is because of massive security threats. In the last hearing, she did say, reveal that Marjorie Taylor Greene, she had heard that Marjorie Taylor Greene asked the White House counsel's office for a pardon, and you can only imagine what that sort of does in terms of elevating her name and potentially causing far-right extremists to levy some of these credible threats that have come her way.
And yeah, Jackie, Marjorie Taylor Greene, as you know, not the only name she mentioned regarding those pardons at the White House. So this is an extraordinary move. We thought that we were on a break of 3 or 4 weeks here before the committee was going to come back. To have members of Congress and this committee come back from their districts, back from recess and sit, there must be something coming here. But this is about maybe as close as we're going to get to the president. If you don't have Donald Trump and you don't have Mike Pence, and you don't have Mark Meadows himself, if you have the senior aide to Mark Meadows who had eyes and ears on all these conversations, obviously she's seen and heard a few things that would be significant here. But to have this hearing reopened a few weeks early, do we have any sense of what she's coming into town to tell them today?
We don't, but we have had people previously tell us that if there is anyone who's going to be the John Dean of this investigation, Cassidy Hutchinson is the person who is the most likely to be that person in terms of her access to the top figures in Trump's orbit and her proximity to the former president, what she was able to overhear, the people that she saw going in and out of the Oval Office on January 6th. But it is important to note that we're not sure if there's going to be another witness necessarily corroborating her testimony today. But you know, there was clearly a sensitivity and an urgency to her testifying today. And you've got to think that it's in part due to these security concerns, but also because they're worried that she might potentially back out. This is not a small thing for this individual to come forward, put her career on the line. Obviously, she's being compelled in some ways. There are subpoenas at play here. Several individuals, like Bill Stepien, for example, who ultimately didn't appear, were subpoenaed to appear. But this is a big thing for her. She's in her 20s. She's a young person with little institutional support in terms of the other people who she used to work with cooperating with this investigation. We'll see what she's going to reveal today.
That hearing is at 1 o'clock Eastern Time in Washington. We'll, of course, take it live here on MSNBC. The Washington Post, Jackie Alemany from inside that committee. Jackie, thanks so much. We appreciate it.